When I was a teenager, I wanted to have sex so bad. I lived in a super religious part of Northeast Texas where my friends signed true love waits pacts. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a promise to Jesus, your family, your future partner, and your future children that you will remain a virgin until the day you get married. I went to one of these events up in the Dangerfield Baptist Church, and let me tell you, when that paper came round, I did not take one. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have sex as soon as possible. But growing up in the 80s and 90s in rural Texas is kind of a trip. On the one hand, you have this really intense purity culture where you're taught abstinence at home, at church, at school. There was no sex education, and there was no safe sex, and masturbation was absolutely disgusting. And if you did by chance have premarital sex as a woman or a girl, you were basically never going to get married because no man would ever want you. On the other hand, it was also the 80s and the 90s, and we were basically feral with pretty much no supervision. And I don't know if you remember the movies from the 80s and 90s, but they were not chaste. Let's just say that. My best friend growing up, Misty, loved reading romance novels, and we teased her mercilessly. And she would say, I'm reading them for the vocabulary. And when I went to sleepovers at her house, I would sneak away to read those books, and I was not reading them for the vocabulary. It was definitely for the sex. But it turns out it was actually more challenging than I thought to have sex. Like logistically, I couldn't figure out how to make it happen. Like how, when, who. I mean, sorry. Baby got to have sex with Patrick Swayze, and all she had to do was carry a watermelon. My first kiss was a boy named Bubba. I was 17, and it was very wet. But I didn't care. I was on my way. Next step, sex. But just not with Bubba. At 18, I left Lone Star, population 1,000, and I came to Austin, population 500,000. I thought for sure it's going to happen here. More people, more chances. So when I tell you my first time, a few months later, was a violent rape by a man that followed me home one night, I hope you can understand my complete and total devastation. Another shitty part about this is no one told me this could happen. I'd seen a movie, but all I remembered was the woman crying on the floor of the shower, a woman no one believed. No one told me this could happen, and no one told me what to do if it did. So I didn't do anything. He left, and I cleaned up my blood and my vomit, and I went to class the next day. And life went on, a highly dysfunctional life. An unplanned pregnancy at 20, and the birth of my baby boy, the first best thing that ever happened to me. I got married. I got divorced. I finally graduated college. But my brain had been irrevocably changed that day, and the volume of my life had been turned down. Sex became highly controlled and often avoided. It's very painful to open up to friends or a partner and have them make it about them, or find myself comforting them, or worse, feeling shamed. There are definitely triggers. Breath in my face, even from my kids, sets me on edge. Feeling trapped when hugged by men without permission. The smell of vomit. White guys that look a certain way. Blood, even my own menstruation. And dark, dark thoughts like, how many other women were hurt because I didn't report it? And still life went on. I am 48 now, and I have an amazing partner and 3 more amazing kids, 4 more best things. Sorry. About a year ago, I started reading romance novels again. It started with a tame historical romance, for the history, which led to contemporary romance, mobster romance, paranormal romance, vampire romance, thanks Kindle Unlimited, and suddenly I am finding myself reading a series of science fiction space smut. I'm going to give a real quick overview of these books so you can get the full picture. Big busted women are kidnapped by aliens and taken to outer space and sold as sex slaves or curiosities. And holy shit, the aliens are wild. There's bird aliens, basketball-headed aliens, frog aliens, right? Aliens with horns, aliens with really sensitive tails. And I'm reading this book about a woman who has had this horrific history of sexual violence, and she finds love with an alien man. And not just love, crazy sexual satisfaction. My teenage self is screaming, yes, I have arrived. I love this book so much. When I'm done, I read the whole series. Each one, a different story of women finding love and safety and enjoying sex after everything that had been stolen from them. And somehow this unlocked something in me, and I started talking about my experience reading these books and the profound effect they had on me to my friends. I started talking about my own experience of sexual violence to my partner. And I think it was easier to talk about when I talked about it with a fictional character. And I think it was easier to hear, too. And my partner listened, and he asked what he could change, and I didn't feel so alone anymore. I know I'll always have triggers, but I got to see myself heal through another woman's story, even if it was in space. I want to see more stories where people like me heal, where the burden of responsibility to heal is not squarely on our shoulders, where we are cherished and given the space to freak the fuck out whenever we need to, because it's not just once, y'all. There are so many of us. There are so many of us. I've been writing this story for 30 years, and I am so relieved to finally be telling it. Now, my earthling husband may not have my earthling husband may not have blue skin, horns, or giant rib dick. But to me, he might as well. Thank you.